Welcome back everyone to Welstopia, and first thing we're going to be doing today is to be changing our banner system a little bit on our nether portals. In this case, we are going into Pinesmith, so I'll not only have the Pine River Township banner, but I am also going to be adding the Pinesmith Village banner, so therefore we'll get two banners here. And I'll be doing the same thing down over here for the banner here. Now, in this case, we only have one side here. I've changed the tunnel, as you can see, so I no longer have the nether side, so I've gone down all the way. And since I only have room for one banner here, I will put the Sprucylvania banner here. So now I have a banner for Sprucylvania. So I have quite a collection then of portals and banners for them. So I've got one for each of two villages plus for the township. Now, over here, this is the tunnel I built earlier for GeoWinter. Now, what I've gone and done is I've replaced the end rod cyan glass with glowstone. And the reason why I wanted to do that is because I've extended this tunnel all the way down to his portal, and that portal was going over a lava lake and all that stuff, so there really wasn't a place to place the end rods. Oh, I suppose that with enough time I might have been able to manage something like that, but let's face it, I didn't want to do anything that dangerous, so therefore I just went with glowstone to make it consistent. Looks like he widened up his portal a little bit and then stuck the banner right in the middle. Alright, so let's have a look at GeoWinter's base to see how it differs from my base. Alright, here we are at GeoWinter's base, which from the look of it is much more industrial than mine. Over here we have an iron farm, and the reason why I was thinking it was an iron farm, first of all, it looked like we had a village set up in there, which is something you would have in an iron farm. Very high platform in there, which is typical. Good grief, where did that thing come from? Is there a dark place here where things are spawnable, perhaps? I think I'll throw a torch down here just in case that's true. Alright. So here we have our iron farm. And here, pumpkin and melon farm. So he seemed to like his automated farms here. With a collection service with rails, apparently. Or not exactly sure how that happened in there. But every once in a while those things go down. I presume there's some sort of timer on there that... Oh! A cart flies down here and zips down there. And then I guess eventually empties out all the loot to some place and then maybe goes into some sort of dispenser system. So it seems like about a 1 minute interval in going through all there. I presume he eventually has some sort of collection system in which to send all that stuff. But a very industrial version. Now this, though, doesn't look very industrial. This looks like a standard wheat farm. They could just collect what you want. Now what's this for? Ah, sugarcane farm, of course. And I would presume that at some sort of interval, these things are all just going to push down. See if I could figure out. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, trees in the way. Make sure I do this without interfering with what's going on in here. So yes, sugar farm. With pistons and all that. And anything else going on in here that could prove to be interesting? Well, here we've got villagers doing some automatic farming. I think I'm going to need to take a little rest here if I'm going to continue with this tour without getting killed. Good. Now, let's see. But it looks like very industrial, as I said, in the style. And this all came up pretty quickly as far as I know, so he knows his industrial builds pretty well. All right. What is gold? Oh, that's right. We do have a gold farm, so I guess he is able to. Oh, it's a slime farm down there. Yeah, a slime farm. He opened up the slime farm to the world I had on my slime farm. I just kept it closed up. But I don't know why this is open like that. I guess I don't know, I feel a bit acrophobic trying to look down here. But yeah. I guess he installed the the beacon so that he could dig very, very quickly when he was doing that, which I guess makes some sort of sense in there. All right, villagers to do your farming. So it's a very, very industrial feel to the whole thing. Now, that does remind me of course, the fact that I have never worked too much on the industrial side in this game. But perhaps I got an idea on how to work on that. Now, so far, I have 2 villages that I've been working with. One is Pinesmith, where I've been doing the lighthouse and that environment. And I also, of course, have Sprucylvania, which is the NPC village that I've taken over. And I'm thinking of making Oakland my industrial area. So all that stuff with those industrial builds there is giving me an idea that maybe I should build an industrial area at my base. Now I figured that I'll be placing Oakland onto the western parts of my map, sort of northern parts. On the northern parts, because on the eastern side is right here. This is the eastern part of the map. If you remember, east ends right around up there. And at the west end, down this way, we have Sprucylvania. So therefore my plans are for Oakland to be at the northern portion, and at the northern portion, this is where we're going to have all our industrial builds. On the south end, I'm probably going to have that as a preserve. I don't know if I'm just going to leave that open or if I'm going to have some sort of park environment there if I build anything over there. Then in the center, that's where we'll have Pine River Village to be our township seat. Ooh. Now, what I need to do today is to get out the item frames and to finally get these things so that I have these on here. Now, I think item frames look a lot better when you're viewing them on the side like this, but that's not going to work very well with this setup because I have the windows in here. If I were doing a pure warehouse, I would probably have lined everything up on the side like that so I could just plop them on there. Now, what I want here are eggs. Yeah, I've got... Oh, not fish. Eggs. Yeah, almost 4 double chests full of eggs. I might have to move the feathers if I... actually, what I'll do is I'll put a feather on this one for now, and if later on I decide to make this one only eggs and put the feather somewhere else, then I could do that. But alright, so that row is that. Now on this side is my other item where I've got tons and tons and tons of stuff. Oh. And this, of course, is string. So therefore I will get string out and do the same thing here. Though I will use one bit of webbing for, say that this is other spider stuff. So let's get this out here and this out here, because I really don't need a full double chest just for spider web, since I don't run into that nearly as often as I run into string. Alright, so we got string and we've got eggs. And down here we've got skeleton stuff, so I guess a bone would be a good symbol for that. So you get the idea that I will be decorating these as much as I can to make it easier for me to remember which of these have what in them. So therefore I will go and start to put all these things out, and I'll be back when I'm done. And we have it pretty much done. We have a couple of empty chests, which I'm sure I'll find something to do with them later. But now I have... Actually, if this is empty, then this can be where I put my feathers. And then this could just turn into a pure egg area, which I think is fitting there. Alright, so we'll just stick an egg in there, and I could pick up the eggs that are overflowing my chest out there, and I could place my feathers in there. Alright. Good. Oh, one feather in there then. Good. So therefore we have eggs. Then we have our villager trader stuff. So therefore I have the zombie flesh for trading to villagers. Emeralds, of course, which I get for them. Books and paper, which I could trade to villagers. And stuff for the butcher. Now I don't have coal in here. I have coal in a separate area. I don't know if I'm going to be trading any coal seriously or not, but that's another possibility in the future. So obviously slime blocks. This is just skeleton related stuff. Anything including arrows, skeleton blocks, and the like. String. Wool, which mainly comes from string. And then this is fish that I've caught. So this is raw fish. And then this is anything to do with cattle. And that's empty for some other later time. I might move... Well, I don't know. I just don't think I have enough spider web to make a difference there. Alright, so over here, then I have wood. Now, I do have one wood area that's empty right now, which I'll probably put something like jungle wood dark oak or something like this. I'll have to decide that in the future when I get a third type of wood. But that's reserved for wood type. Mushrooms. Sugarcane, cactus, and ferns, watermelon, pumpkins. All types of flowers go into here. Reserved for later. Wheat, beets, potatoes, carrots. Oh. Then down here we have cobblestone. This is gravel and flint, granite, diorite, andesite, magna cubes, and dirt. Okay, good. Coal, netherrack, redstone. I haven't figured out what to put on here yet, but this is sort of a miscellaneous bin at the moment. And I don't think I have anything that really says miscellaneous yet, so therefore I'm leaving that one blank for now. This is anything lighting, gold, iron, quartz, as if I have enough quartz to make a difference there. And oh yeah, it is getting to be nighttime. Now let's just finish this up. And we have, this is all the armor. The 4 positions for the armor all go in here. So I'll just have a chest full of those. I don't know what I'm going to do when they fill up. Probably start combining them so that I could turn them into something that would make good backup armor if something goes wrong. Then here we have dyes of all types. This is our anything to do with the rail system. I think these are all for future expansion. This is horse stuff. This is some miscellaneous stuff I haven't decided to. Probably I could put the hoppers into an area for containers. That would be a good idea for that. And maybe we could have one that's stuff that's used with redstone, or I could put the hoppers with the redstone stuff. This is where I put food that's cooked and ready to grab, and various tools. And then various weapons would be bows and axes, fishing rods, and then this is, I haven't decided what to put this. This was my backup equipment I had for going into the nether when I was trying to build that tunnel system, and I was trying to make sure I didn't fall down to my death, or at least if I did, I wouldn't lose anything major. But that is it for today's episode. Next time, I think it's time for us to head out to our location for Oakland and see if we could build at least a builder's shed so that we could get started in doing some industrial builds. But that'll be in our next episode of Piney Plays Minecraft Welstopia.